Hey, this is Full Game Prometheus, the only YouTuber to actually post full games of all the tips and schemes he posts on his channel. I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly against online ranked opponents. Alright, so guys, I actually want to jump into a defense that I used in my Arizona scheme at the very end, and I want to kind of expand on this scheme just so I can actually utilize this defense primarily as my go-to defense, or the defense I'm pretty much going to run the entire game. Now, this is a big dime 2-3-6. So basically, you've got two defensive ends. You've got two defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 6 defensive backs. So if you are playing draft champions, you get stuck with a lot of defensive backs. This is definitely a good defense to have. It does take your strong safety and put them down in the slot, and you can actually make some adjustments with this by putting the linebacker into the strong safety position and other different types of adjustments like that. Now I'm going to show you a couple different plays, and I'm probably going to break this up into multiple different videos. So we're going to segue into a couple things, but first and foremost, I want to show you the coverage, the base coverage that we're going to come out of, and it actually causes your opponents a lot of it's just very hard to stop. So it's going to be the cover 1 blitz. Now with this particular setup, basically we're going to do the following adjustments, and I've showed in the previous video that this is a fairly simple adjustment to make. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our outside linebackers by hitting the right bumper or the R1 button, and actually doing a quick adjustment by hitting that button again, and then selecting either the left outside linebacker or the right, and we're going to go ahead and do curl flats. And you can do this really quick. You can get these guys in curl flats. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and slide our defensive line over. Now the key to this particular defense is also going ahead and doing cloud flats. You can do so by hitting your triangle or Y button and hitting down underneath coverage where you have hard flats, and then doing triangle Y button and doing over the top coverage. You get cloud flats. And the reason why the cloud flats are important is just basically what happens is that the defenders actually will fall back into the areas. They're going to go ahead and take away those sidelines, and you get usually pretty good block sheds with this coverage. So we'll jump into this instant replay so you can see how the coverage works. All right, so basically these guys are falling out. I've got man-on-man coverage. That's essentially going to go ahead. I'm not going to press that. It gives me a guy over the top, so if he does do a lob, I can go ahead and get the SWAT animation. Over here I've got another guy coming out into a corner, and then he's going to go ahead and take that lob streak animation out of the way. Now I'm going to use this guy right here. I'm going to basically clean up any concerns, but you can see because this is all verticals, it essentially is going to take away those reads. And also, as you can see right here, if the opponent is used to attacking the sidelines or whatever, it's going to mess up his reads. So really the most important thing is that you're going to have to go ahead and utilize your free safety. This safety is going to be the guy that's going to have to take away those drag routes, the in routes. He's going to have to defend the inside of the field with any kind of cut routes, because that's where the exposure is going to be. But it is a great defense to run against your opponent, just to go ahead and get him out of his game. Now, another base play that I'm actually going to pick is going to be the under smoke 2, and primarily the reason why I like this is because of how fast you can set this blitz up. I actually broken this down before with a lot of hybrid coverages, but I'm going to try to simplify this adjustment just to make it a little bit easier for you. So I'm going to call this play. Now, what's good about this particular play is that sometimes you can get right side pressure and left side pressure with this. So it really depends on how you set it up. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to base a line. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to global zone all of our linebackers up. You hit that, you do global zone by hitting your right bumper or your R1 button, and then flipping up on the right stick, and you're going to have a look like this. Now you're going to go ahead and take your global blitz, and you're going to go ahead and global blitz the left outside linebacker. So it's going to be a blitz like this. And the next adjustment you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take your defensive line, and you're going to slant them inside, or crash for us old dogs. And then we're going to slide this line over to the left by hitting the left button, and to right, sliding it over. And then if you want to press, you can. What I like to do is I like to use this defender right here, and I'm going to try to clean up the outside. Now, if you have enough time, basically what you would do is you're going to go ahead and do a man adjustment by going ahead and hitting your triangle or Y button twice, and that's going to bring your defensive backs up. you're going to hit the R1 button, and then you're going to do man coverage. And what I like to do is I like to cross man. I like to go ahead and put the cross over to the right hand side, so I know that if this guy does a quick slant or anything like that, I've got a defender that's actually going to be in the area, so I can focus on the right side with any crossing players. Now what's good about this to play is that it does get really easy fast pressure against your opponent. So this is going to be the setup right here for this blitz, and basically what I'm going to be doing is just kind of just monitoring the middle of the field with this particular blitz. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the slot receiver. Basically the right side is actually shut down, so my goal is to try to cover Aguilar with this defense, because I know this is going to be the guy that's not going to get free. So I like to cross-man this guy over to the left-hand side, and I like to pick either the slot receiver or the outside receiver, just because it just takes away that slant route that you might get attacked by your opponent. So that's one of the reasons why I like to do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and monitor where the more formations, where more the guys are at. So I'll be looking at this guy. As you can see right there, actually I'm just following this guy away. And what's great about this play is because I'm actually preoccupying the center. With this particular play, what's going to happen is that he gets stuck into this combine, and this edge rusher just comes off the edge and just gets a free blitz into the quarterback. All right, so another way you can run the under smoke too is actually a blitz off the right hand side. It's not as consistent pressure that you would get using the nickelback blitzer, but that safety blitzer that's falling into a linebacker position, sometimes you can catch your opponent off guard. So let me go ahead and show you how this is set up. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and base a line. We're going to take our defensive line down, and we're going to pinch him. We're going to go ahead and crash him up. So this is going to essentially what the look is going to look like right here. We're going to zone up all of our defenders and actually go ahead and global blitz the right guy. And the reason why is that it's just less steps to go ahead and set that blitz up. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to man align up our one slot defender. That's just going to give us another guy that's actually going to go ahead and come in a block for you. So what's good about this particular blitz is sometimes you're going to get a gap pressure like that if he doesn't block correctly. So you can see right here, he did send 5. No one actually blocked it up. If he doesn't send an extra, if he doesn't leave a blocker in, what's going to happen is you're going to either get pressure from this guy, he's going to come in clean, or this defensive back is going to come in on a delayed blitz. And usually what's going to happen is your opponent's going to be expecting the pressure to come from this side, and he's not going to be used to the pressure coming from the other side, so you can catch him off guard with that. Now, I wouldn't recommend running this blitz on a regular basis, this version of it, because it's not consistent. But if you got an opponent that is scrambling off the right-hand side, sometimes you can get that pressure, and it actually is going to throw them off, and you might be able to get a cheap sack or at least a stop on a 3rd or 4th down. So, guys, if you're interested in any more blitzes, let me know for this. I've got a couple other blitzes that you can utilize in this particular scheme to catch your opponent off. So if you jump into the cover 1 linebacker blitz, you can use as your base play. Then you also can jump into this is another base play to go ahead and attack your opponent with, just to keep the pressure on them. If you guys want to see a couple other setups with this, and actually some setups out of the audibles to apply pressure, just let me know. Hit the like button, and I'll roll that out to you guys in a part 2. So once again, I really appreciate my support from my subscribers. I hope you guys picked up some of this stuff. I will be running this against live opponents and see how effective it is, so you can see how I get stops with this defensive scheme. So once again, to my subscribers, I appreciate the support. Until next time.